I boo-hooed. I said, oh, the club put me in there. No. I put myself in there. I did what I had to do as a Hell's Angel.
You know, my daddy always, if you got in a fight and you came home with a bloody nose, did you hit him back? If you didn't hit him back, Dad put you in the car and took you back over there and told you going up in that yard and get your shit done and be a man.
They got their walls drove through by tanks, by the FBI gang, and all that shit happened to that chapter, right? Like those guys go through their being a big motorcycle club, even sometimes just being a small motorcycle club, you go through your.
A lot of people that have come in have seen definitely a change in the club and the direction that the club is going.
I looked out my window and you could see a body laying out in front. And here's this dude running around up there with just had his sweatshirt on. And he tells me he's a Hell's Angel. Even after all that, I still wanted to join the Hell's Angels.
People out there, man, that are just natural followers. And they just fall right in line with that type of program. But not 1%ers, man. 1%ers don't ask permission.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin With Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got breaking news out of Pikes Pub, Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the whole beating happened at the bar, Pikes Pub. There was racial slurs thrown around. Since then, the bar has burned to the ground in a mysterious fire, but one of the suspects in this whole beating has took a plea deal. This guy right here is one of 5 men who were about to go to trial starting this month. So Pikes Pub beating suspect takes plea deal. Matter of fact, I got a video for you guys. Let's play the video. And you will be surprised to find out how much time he's going to get in prison. I'm not sure about the other men involved, but so far, one of the suspects have pleaded guilty. Hold on, let me get this for you guys. This was the viral video, if you guys remember. 5 guys they had cuts on, and there was this guy, black African-American guy with a worker vest, like a neon yellow vest. He was at the bar and the people were yelling, "You're going to pay your tab." But I feel like the racial slurs came from this table where they were recording. And this is out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. But let me show you guys the video. Well, I can't show you the video of the beating, obviously, but look at this libtard right here.
6 men charged in an attack at Pikes Pub has taken a plea deal. Douglas Zuber was charged with battery, criminal recklessness, and a criminal organization activity in the beating of James Simmons. A video of the May 2025 attack was widely shared on social media, showing several white men wearing clothing affiliated with the Outlaw Motorcycle Club beating Simmons, who is black, and using racial slurs, with many people describing that incident as a hate crime. Simmons suffered a burst blood vessel in his eye, a significant cut on his tongue, a head injury, several bruises, and a large patch of skin scraped off from the elbow to almost the wrist, according to court records. Jared Empton, Christopher Yoho, Ryan Minnick, Vard Warnock, and Justin Wirt were also charged in this case. All 5 of those men are set to go to trial together beginning May 18th. Per the agreement, Zuber is pleading guilty to felony battery and misdemeanor criminal recklessness in exchange for a 3-year sentencing cap. It does dismiss his other charge and the prosecutor's notice of intent to seek a criminal gang enhancement. The plea agreement does not specifically require Zuber to testify against the other men charged in the case, and it does outline the possibility of him serving his sentence in Allen County Community Corrections.
Wow, so he doesn't have to testify against the other men involved with this incident. It says he doesn't have to testify. But these guys are supposed to go to trial soon. I believe it's going to start May. Let me see if I can find the date. I know it's soon, though. Very soon. Let's see. Let's see. So this happened a year ago. This happened in May of 2025. The attack widely shared on social media. Several white men wearing clothing affiliated with the Outlaws beating Simmons, who was black. They were using racial slurs. But like I said, if you watch the video, they're coming from the table that was video recording, with many people describing the incident as a hate crime. Simmons suffered a burst blood vessel in his eye, significant cut on his tongue, head injury, several bruises, and a large patch of skin ripped off from his elbow to his wrist, court records show. Jared Ipton, Christopher Yoho, Ryan Minnick, Beard Warnock, and Justin Wert were also charged in the case. All 5 men are set to go to trial May 18th. So that's in about, 2 weeks? But that's pretty crazy that they let this guy plead out. So the rest of them are all going to go to trial together? So there's 4 more people that are going to be going to trial. Zuber is pleading guilty to felony battery and misdemeanor criminal recklessness in exchange for a 3-year cap. It dismisses the other charges. The prosecutor's notice of intent to seek criminal gang enhancement. So that means, I believe that means they're going to dismiss. Hey, Ken, what's up, man? You said your comments disappeared. They go through the comments on YouTube. I don't know why. Social Rejects, what's going on? Ken, how you doing? Where do they disappear? In the chat? So he's going to do 3 years. He's been in for, a year? I don't think these guys are out on bond. Since then, the place has caught on fire. A whole bunch of stuff has happened. Let me see. This is when the incident first happened. Let me see here. So it says Friday night at Fort Wayne bar, caught on video, under investigation. This is when it first happened. Fort Wayne, Indiana. 1 person was hurt in a battery at a bar on Fort Wayne side, south side, Friday night, police say, according to Allentown County Sheriff's Office. They were dispatched to Pikes Pub around 11 p.m. in reference to a reported disturbance. Before officers arrived at the scene, department says the fight broke out inside the bar and ended before officers arrived. When officers arrived on the scene, they say they located a victim of the fight and spoke with him. Officers say the man did not want to provide information, but then later on, he did. He came forward, made statements on the news and everything, but he didn't want to be. He didn't want to give information then. Officers say the man did not want to provide information on the individuals responsible for his injuries. He was treated at a local hospital. He's in fair condition. The follow-up investigation was conducted at Pikes Pub Saturday morning. All information is now being forwarded to the Department of Criminal Investigation, and then boom. And then they make all these arrests. Now, let me play this video. But it says that this guy taking a plea agreement, he does not have to testify against the rest of the people. So why are they letting him take a plea, but not the other guys? Maybe they don't want to take a plea, right? I mean, is one more culpable than the others? I don't get it. Why would they allow one person to take a plea, but not anyone else? All right, here's a video when the victim spoke out. So he didn't want to give information about the beating when it happened. And then when all this all this spotlight was on it, all of a sudden he comes forward.
The city will react like that. I didn't know I was so supported, but just seeing that really made me feel better.
Now at 5, for the first time, that man attacked in a Waynedale bar last week is speaking out.
James Simmons was joined by Pastor Carlton Lynch in front of the Allen County Courthouse this afternoon. 21 Alive reporter Justin Lemke is there now with the latest. Justin?
Heather and Linda, Pastor Carlton Lynch and James Simmons, the victim, like you guys mentioned, of that bar attack, walked over from the police station at around 3:30 p.m. and ended up here. I'm going to step out of the way so you can kind of get a look at where it all happened, just right out here in front of the courthouse. And Carlton Lynch was the main speaker, and I got to say, it was a fairly brief meeting outside the courthouse. But there are some main points that Pastor Lynch made. One of them is that Simmons gave his statement to police today and is intending on pressing charges. 2, they're calling this an attack, not a fight. And 3, they are calling for Pikes Pub to be closed down indefinitely due to their lack of accountability in this situation. And
it was too. I believe it was closed down ever since this situation happened. They closed the doors. They never opened again. And then there was a suspicious fire. What was it, like about 8 months later, I believe?
they say their connection to the Outlaw Motorcycle Club is another reason it should be shut down. And after Pastor Lynch spoke, an emotional Simmons addressed the situation.
I gave my statement today. I will be pursuing the press charges. I just want to make sure this don't happen to nobody else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And like I said, I appreciate everybody doing work, you know what I'm saying, that's not out here right now, that's not getting no recognition. I most definitely appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Pastor Lynch also addressed the question about the mayor's involvement, saying she's doing all that she can, but they need the sheriffs to continue their efforts. And at the end of the meeting here out front of the courthouse, Pastor Lynch did say there was another African-American woman at Pikes Pub that night who tried to break up the attack, and she also gave a statement to police today. And again, of course, this is an ongoing investigation. We will continue to update you with any information when we get it. But for now, reporting live outside the Allen County Courthouse, Justin Lemke, 20.
So if you're just joining us, there has been a plea agreement reached in the Pikes Pub beating. There was 5 people charged. Here are the 5. The guy in the top right has pled guilty. He has a 3-year cap. He does not have to testify against the other guys. I believe they're going to be going to trial now. Pikes Pub suspect reaches a plea deal. One of the 6 men, or 6 guys. So these 5 men are going to be going to trial now. One of 6 men charged in the attack at Pikes Pub has taken a plea deal. Douglas Zuber is charged with battery, criminal recklessness, and criminal organization activity in the beating of James Simmons. The video, May 2025 attack, has widely shared on social media, showing several white men wearing clothing affiliated with the Outlaws Motorcycle Club beating Simmons, who is a black, and they were using racial slurs. And many people were describing the incident as a hate crime. I mean, I don't think it's right that they beat the man. But when the racial slurs were being hurled, they were coming from this table. They weren't coming from the people that were involved with the fight. They were coming from the people that were videotaping. Person right to the right. So I don't know. But it still doesn't make it right? Simmons suffered a burst blood vessel in his eye, significant cut on his tongue, head injuries, several bruises, large patch of skin scraped off his elbow to his wrist. Jared Impton, Christopher Yoho, Ryan Minnick, Bard Warnock, and Justin Wirt were also charged in the case. All 5 men are set to go to trial together. So it's going to be one big trial, May 18th. Their trial will start. I'll get you guys more information. Zubers has pleaded guilty to 1 felony battery, misdemeanor criminal recklessness in exchange for a 3-year sentencing cap. It dismisses his other charge and the prosecution's notice of intent to seek criminal gang enhancements. So that's takes a lot of time off the table. He would have been looking at like 10 years plus if they would have put the gang enhancement on. I heard autopsy report for the twin outlaws. Stepdad showed blunt force trauma, possibly a hammer. What? No, I got to look into that. That's insane. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that. Yo, if you got any information on that, Ken, send it to me. Send it to my email. BillStaxx2021@gmail.com. Are you serious? Or are you joking? Are you joking, Ken? I didn't hear nothing about that. That would be insane if that was true. The last thing I see was December 29th. If you have any information, let me know. Man found dead following structure fire. If you get any information, let me know. I don't remember where I heard it, though. Been drinking for 5 days. Well, I'm gonna look for it. Hey, Taco, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Not joking. That's wild. That would be wild if that is true. I'm gonna definitely look into it. All I see is all the old reports, but I'm gonna look into it. Man is dead following structure fire Monday afternoon, according to Colorado Springs Fire Department. It happened around 2:30 p.m. 2600 block of Oro Blanco, located near the intersection of Constitution Ave and North Murray Boulevard. When firefighters arrived they arrived at the home. They say the fire had already been extinguished. They say it was contained to the basement. Say 3 people were evaluated at the home for minor injuries, and we know who those 3 people were, right? The mom and the 2 sons. I'm going to look into this a little more because they said the cause of the fire is under investigation and police department is investigating the man's death. So I will bring you guys more information when it becomes available. I'm going to look for it. So I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys this breaking news that one of the suspects in the Pikes Pub beating, Douglas Zuber, the guy on the top right, has pleaded guilty as a 3-year cap. He does not have to testify against the other guys. The trial will start on May 18th, which is in 2 weeks from now. It's exactly 2 weeks from now. So, but thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. Join me tomorrow on Chattin With Staxx for some exclusive content. We got some good ones for you guys. But if you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister, friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I got a big surprise for you guys tomorrow. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. I'm going to start going live on TikTok. Hey, Finger Blaster, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. Hope you guys all have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Don't be late. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.